Welcome back to Grimverse History, where we uncover the strange and forgotten sides of history. Tonight, we descend into the darker corners of the Roman Empire, a world polished in marble but built on blood and silence. We'll step into the shadows of Rome, into a world where obedience was carved not by choice, but by fear. To uncover 5 punishments so cruel, they turned the dream of escape into a legend of pain. They called it civilization. Marble columns, law, Latin order, the empire that gave the world philosophy, architecture, and reason. And yet, behind every golden statue of Rome stood someone in chains. Freedom was a word reserved for the few. For the rest, it was a crime. When a slave woman tried to claim it, even for 3 days or a single breath, the punishment was not just to break her body, it was to erase her existence. The Romans didn't simply recapture fugitives, they made examples of them. Some were branded like cattle, others were chained at their master's gate or thrown to beasts for public amusement. Because in the empire that called itself eternal, mercy was never part of the law. You step closer, the air smells of smoke and iron. You hear the crackle of coals, the rattle of chains, the faint echo of a woman's scream swallowed by marble walls. The scent of scorched flesh mingles with temple incense. Every sound whispers the same story. Someone tried to run, and someone else made sure no one ever would again. Take a deep breath. Let the noise of your day fade away. You're safe here. If you enjoy wandering through the darker corners of history, the stories most books refuse to tell, hit that like button and subscribe to Grimverse History. Your support keeps these forgotten voices alive, one night, one story at a time. Now, dim the lights. Let the hum of your fan become your heartbeat. Slow your thoughts. Listen. It's the year 112 AD. On the outskirts of Rome, a woman is dragged back after 3 days of running. Her punishment is about to begin. Branding, the iron mark of escape. A mark that never fades. A symbol of failure. The brand of a fugitive. Imagine the clink of the hot iron, the sharp sound, like a warning. The smell of burning skin, thick in the air. The iron presses against the flesh. It sinks deep, searing through layers of skin. You feel the heat, unbearable, as the iron stays too long. And there, in that moment, the letters FVG are burned into your skin. Fugitiva, a runaway. This isn't just a mark. It's not simply pain. It's a sentence, a lifetime of shame. The pain is excruciating, but the real cruelty comes after. For the mark doesn't fade, the scar stays, for everyone to see. It's visible, always. The branding doesn't happen in private. No, it's done in front of others. Everyone knows. Everyone watches. The other slaves watch. The masters watch. And you stand there, exposed. It's not just about the physical pain. It's about control, about making sure you and everyone else knows your place. But the pain doesn't end with the branding. Even when the iron is gone, the mark remains. A constant reminder, a haunting presence. Every time you look at yourself in a reflection, those 3 letters are staring back at you. FVG, a permanent reminder of failure. The skin heals, the body moves on, but the shame doesn't. It stays with you every moment of every day. No matter where you go, you can't escape it. You can never forget it. The mark is always there, in your skin, in your mind. For those who survived, the pain may have faded, but the mark, that never goes away. But you think the branding is the worst part? Oh, there's more. much more to come. What happened after the brand? It's not easy to imagine, but it's what followed that truly broke them. Chaining at the Yanua, a public humiliation. You've seen it. The chain, heavy and cold, wrapped around wrists, cutting into skin. But this chain is different. It's not hidden away in the dark. No, this chain is a public display. Imagine yourself standing at the entrance of your master's house. It's early morning, the sun just beginning to rise. You're chained there, exposed for everyone to see. The chain is not just a physical bond. It's a statement, a reminder to everyone who passes by. The air is thick with dust. The sounds of the city stir in the background. Shops open. People move about their daily business. But you stand there, helpless, chained, unable to move. The sun beats down on you, relentless. Your body grows weak under the weight of the chain. Your skin, scratched and bruised, aches from the unyielding metal. You're left there, out in the open. No shelter from the elements. The heat of the day is unbearable. The cold of the night is even worse. Every moment, a reminder of your failure to escape. You are exposed, not just physically, but mentally. The humiliation is far worse than the pain. Everyone can see you. Everyone knows your place. You're not just a slave anymore. You're an example. The chain doesn't just bind your body, it binds your spirit. It makes sure you never forget who you are. And as the hours drag on, your body begins to weaken. The hunger, the thirst, the exhaustion, all mix together. But the most cruel part, you're not just suffering, you're being watched. People stare as they walk by. They whisper, they point. Your pain is their entertainment. The chain is heavy. But the humiliation, that's the real weight. But don't think that was the worst of it. It only gets darker from here. There's something even more brutal waiting for those who dare to escape. Damnatio ad bestias. Death by beasts. The crowd gathers. The air is thick with excitement, tension, and something darker. You can hear the roar of the crowd in the distance, the sound of metal clanging, the anticipation. But you're not part of the crowd. No, you're the spectacle, the main event. It's not just about watching, it's about being watched. And there, in the arena, is where it all ends. You've been captured. You've been marked. And now, you face the ultimate punishment. Thrown to the beasts. The gates open, and the beast enters. The crowd erupts into cheers. But you don't hear them. Not really. All you hear is the sound of your own heartbeat. The air is thick with the scent of sweat, fear, and blood. The ground is damp underfoot, the scent of dirt and dust hanging in the air. The beast is hungry. There's no way to run. There's nowhere to hide. You are the prey. The lion roars, its eyes fixed on you. The cheers from the crowd blur into the background. The moment stretches into eternity. It's a fight for your life. But there is no fight. There is only fear. You try to move. Your legs are weak, trembling, but it's too late. The beast lunges. Claws sink into flesh. The crowd roars louder. They don't care about your pain. They don't care about your struggle. You are just entertainment. A broken body, torn apart by beasts. A spectacle for their amusement. A final punishment for those who dared to escape. In the end, you're not a person. You're just another show. But this isn't the end. The worst is yet to come. There's more to this story. Flogging. The whip of endless suffering. The sound of the whip cracks through the air. It's sharp, it's sudden, and it's deafening. You've been tied, arms stretched, body exposed. The air is thick with anticipation. Your body, tense with fear. You brace for it, but the first strike comes quicker than you expect. The pain is immediate, a fire across your back, sharp and unforgiving. The flagrum cuts deep. The metal teeth embedded in the leather tear into flesh. Every lash is a new wound, a new tear in your skin. There's no escape. You can't move. You can't hide from the pain. Each strike is a reminder of your place. Each crack of the whip is a mark on your soul, not just your body. You bleed. You scream. But it doesn't stop. It never stops. They lash you again and again. The sound of the whip slicing through the air becomes a rhythm. Your body begins to feel like it's no longer your own. But that's not the worst part. The pain is constant. But the true cruelty lies in what happens afterward. You are forced to stand, to keep working, with your back still raw, still bleeding. There's no time to recover. You can't stop. You can't rest. You are a machine, a thing, and so you work. With every step, every movement, your wounds reopen. The blood mixes with the sweat, but the suffering doesn't ease. No one cares. No one stops. You're just another slave, forced to move, to labor, to bleed. The whip doesn't just tear your flesh. It tears your spirit. Your body is broken, but the will to resist, that's what they aim to crush. And when the blood is gone, they don't care. They just keep whipping. But even this pales in comparison to the final punishment. What awaits you is far worse than the whip. Deportatio in metallo, the slow death in the mines. The mines are quiet, but not peaceful. They hum with a low, constant sound. The weight of rock, the scraping of picks. The air is thick with dust, and the light, there's little of it. You've been sentenced to the mines, a death sentence, but one that takes time. No sword, no beast, just hours, days, and years of suffering. The walls are narrow, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and sulfur. Every breath is hard to take. Every step, a struggle. You're chained, not to a post, but to the rock. You work, you dig, you mine, until you drop. There's no escape. Your hands are raw, the skin torn from years of labor. Your bones ache, your joints scream in pain with every move. And still, you keep digging. The food is scarce, the water even scarcer. You work until your body is empty, until there's nothing left to give. But the work never stops. There is no mercy here, no rest, no reprieve, just darkness and the endless scrape of metal on stone. And it's not just the work that kills you, it's the poison in the air, the mercury, the fumes, the slow, invisible death that creeps into your lungs with every breath you take. You don't die right away. No, it's a long, slow decline. The body breaks down, bit by bit, until there's nothing left but a hollow shell. It's not just the death that comes, it's the hopelessness. You can feel it creeping into your soul, like the dust on your skin. There is no escape, no light at the end of the tunnel. And what makes it worse? No one expects you to survive. It's a slow death, yes, but it's a death that's already been decided. In the mines, you don't die quickly, you just fade away. And after all that suffering, after all the pain, you're forgotten. Just another body lost in the dark. The iron fades into silence. The chains grow quiet. The roar of the crowd slips away. Breathe in. The air now feels lighter. The room, warm and soft, wraps around you. You're back in this moment, where history whispers, but no longer screams. The dust of Rome falls away. The screams and cries soften. The past holds its breath for a moment. And then, like a gentle wind, it's gone. If you found peace in these words, Let it linger with you for a while. And when you're ready, maybe you'll share this journey with others. Like, share, subscribe, if you feel it in your soul. We are here, together, in this quiet space. Goodbye, and we will meet again.